Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a crucial date that's sitting right there in an official government report. It's a date that anyone planning for retirement really needs to understand.
So let's just zero in on this 1 year, 2033. Now, this isn't just some random guess. This is the official projection from the Social Security Administration itself for when its reserve funds are slated to run dry.
So why should you care about this 1 year? Well, because this date marks a huge turning point. If Congress doesn't do anything, 2033 is the year that could trigger an automatic, across-the-board cut to benefits for every single person receiving them. We're going to break down exactly what that means, and way more importantly, what you can do about it. All right, so here's how we're going to tackle this. We'll walk you through the problem itself, what the real-world impact looks like, and then get into the actionable steps you can take to protect your own retirement, no matter what happens down the road.
Okay, first things first. To really get a handle on this deadline, you've got to understand how the money actually flows through the Social Security system. And right away, we have to bust a huge myth about the whole system. Your Social Security contributions, they aren't being held in some personal savings account with your name on it. It's not like a 401k. The money you pay in today goes almost immediately right back out the door to pay today's retirees.
And this right here is the heart of the problem. You see, for decades, the math was pretty easy. You had way more workers paying into the system than you had retirees taking money out. But now, as millions of baby boomers have retired and birth rates have gone down, that ratio has completely flipped on its head.
So what's the result of that flipped ratio? Well, for years now, the system's been paying out more than it's taking in. It's been covering that gap by dipping into a big reserve fund, money that was built up during surplus years. But that fund is like a giant emergency savings account. And yeah, in 2033, the projection says it's going to hit empty.
Okay, so what happens when that savings account runs dry? This isn't speculation, folks. This is what the law actually says has to happen.
You see, here's the thing. By law, Social Security can't just borrow money to cover the gap. It can only pay out what it collects in taxes from today's workers. So once the reserves are gone, benefits get an automatic haircut to the tune of 23% to match the money coming in.
Okay, let's put some real dollars and cents on this to see what it feels like. The average benefit today, it's around $1,900 a month. A 23% cut, that knocks off $440, just like that. Your new check is now $1,460. That's a loss of more than $5,000 a year for the average person on a fixed income. And listen, this wouldn't just be for future retirees. This would hit everyone getting a check in 2033, even people who already retired right now. For a lot of people, a sudden drop like that, it's not just an inconvenience, it's a full-blown financial crisis.
And it gets worse over time. The impact isn't the same for everyone over their lifetime. Basically, the data from the Congressional Budget Office shows a clear trend. The younger you are, the bigger the chunk taken out of your total lifetime benefits if Washington keeps kicking this can down the road. So yeah, this affects everybody. But let's be clear, these potential cuts are a much bigger threat to some people than others.
Think about it. If you're in your 50s or early 60s right now, you're in a really tough spot. You're too close to retirement to easily make up that kind of a shortfall, but you're young enough that you'll definitely feel the cuts. And for the huge number of seniors, we're talking 1 in 3 who depend on Social Security for almost all of their income, a cut like this is an absolute emergency.
All right, so we've laid out the problem, but just knowing about it isn't enough, right? So now we're going to pivot to what you can actually do about it, because you are absolutely not powerless here. This is your game plan for building a stronger, more resilient retirement.
This right here, this is the most important idea to grab onto. The folks who are going to be in trouble are the ones just sitting back, waiting, assuming the government will figure it all out. The ones who are going to be okay, they're the ones who take control right now and build a plan that works no matter what happens in DC.
Okay, so this slide is your action plan, your roadmap. Let's walk through it. First, when you're doing your retirement math, just be conservative. Plan on getting only about 75 or 80% of what your statement says. That's your new baseline. From there, it's all about what you can control. And that means step 2, maxing out your own savings, your 401k, your IRA, whatever you have access to. That's your money. And then step 4 is absolutely critical, and this is where you can really make a difference. You have to prioritize diversifying your income. The goal here is to get to a place where Social Security is just a nice bonus, not the foundation your entire retirement is built on. It's about building your own safety net with savings, investments, and other sources of income. So, you might be thinking, if we've seen this train coming for decades, why are we still on the tracks? The answer, honestly, isn't about the math. It's all about politics.
I mean, it's not like the solutions are a big mystery. The real problem is that every single possible fix is unpopular with somebody, and that makes it political poison for lawmakers who want to get reelected.
And here's basically the menu of options they have to choose from. They could raise taxes a bit, they could make more income subject to the tax, they could nudge the retirement age up, or they could tweak how benefits are calculated. The how is actually pretty straightforward. What's missing is the political courage and the bipartisan cooperation to actually get it done.
You know, history gives us a clue here. Congress can act when a crisis is breathing down their neck. They did it back in 1983. So the most likely thing to happen? They'll probably act again, but they'll almost certainly wait until the very last minute, which just makes the fix more painful for all of us.
So here's the bottom line, the most important thing to remember. Don't fall for the hype that Social Security is going bankrupt. It's not. The program will keep collecting taxes and sending out checks. The real, documented question isn't if you'll get a check. The question is, how much will that check be for?
Look, just by watching this and understanding the numbers behind the risk, you've already taken the single most important step. Now you can actually build a strategy that puts you in the driver's seat, one that protects your retirement from all the political drama.
So, we hope this explainer has armed you with the information you need to take control. The real question is the one on your screen right now. Now that you know the score, what's the first move you're going to make? The best time to start building that secure future was yesterday. The next best time is right now. Thanks for watching.